All right, hello again everyone and welcome to another Flesh and Blood video. Now this will be a serious video, no singing, no long hair or beard or whatever. It's simply to talk to you about, on my channel, I'm getting questions and people I can see are not clear with certain things that are going on with Flesh and Blood. So this is basically a review or trying to take things right from the beginning and telling you exactly what happened, okay? So this is an update and you'll know when you'll be getting the next collections and so on and so forth. So it all started back in New Zealand, all right, in October of 2019. At that time, Legend Story Studios came out with their very first collection, all right? So the Flesh and Blood, the Welcome to Wrath, and this is a box of the actual alpha set. So this is the very first set that came out. At the beginning, it came out in New Zealand, in Australia, Taiwan, and made its way to the United States, right? Now, that's all in terms of the distribution that was for this collection. Then in March of this year came the second set of Flesh and Blood came out. This one was called Arcane Rising, and this was the box of Arcane Rising, and this is also the first edition that has come to me from the US, because obviously they are not available right now in Canada yet. Actually, they will never be available, these first editions, in Canada or in Europe and UK and so on and so forth. So now these boxes made their way also to, like I said before, to US, and these were the very first two collections of Flesh and Blood created by Legend Story Studios in New Zealand. Now, last August of 2020, they came out with their third set. Now, this was a supplemental set, actually, where you only have 10 cards per pack, and it's what you've seen in my recent videos, Crucible of War, and there you go. And this, again, is a first edition box. Now, there only has been first editions so far, right? I'm going to get back to that in a second. Now, this made its way, was still distributed in the countries I've mentioned before. Now, starting on November 6th, this was put off a little bit because it was originally scheduled to be October 30th, but as of November 6th, the fourth collection, basically, the fourth time to come out with a set, Flesh and Blood, will be called Welcome to Wraith Unlimited. So exactly the same cards as we had in Welcome to Wraith Alpha set, except a few things that I'm going to get back to a little later. But so basically the same cards. These are coming out not only in Canada on November 6th, but also worldwide. Actually, it's the same date. So UK is getting it for the first time. Europe's getting Flesh and Blood for the first time. Canada's getting Flesh and Blood for the first time. But the rest of the countries, the rest of the world that already had the first three sets, right, that I've mentioned before, they're getting also the Welcome to Wraith Unlimited as a world premiere. I mean, it's worldwide distribution for the first time on November 6th. Now, 2 weeks later, okay, we will have basically what's the fifth set of Flesh and Blood. It's the Arcane Rising Unlimited version. And there again, so November 20th, you will have the worldwide distribution of this product, okay? Now, let's get back to Crucible of War a little bit, because for the countries such as Europe, UK, Canada, and the countries that are just getting it for the first time November 6th, we will be getting Crucible of War, still the first edition, because there's nothing else in Crucible of War. But let me tell you, first of all, my role here as a guy who's promoting Flesh and Blood in Canada has allowed me to actually speak to the Canadian distributor. We've spoken like every week for the past month. So let me reassure you on one thing, okay? I'm not privy to giving you information in terms of quantities, but a large quantity was secured by the Canadian distribution for game stores in Canada, right? And this quantity has been guaranteed. Now, if your local game store has not reserved any of the Crucible of War first edition, then what happens is that you will have to hope, well, because I know that the Canadian distributor is trying to get even more, okay? So what he secured as a first order has been already sold out to the game stores that have taken part and will get these quantities. Now, for other game stores that want to get involved, or the actual game stores that already have ordered some, if they want more, well, that is all dependent on if the Canadian distributor will be able to get more of these. But believe me, he's trying. Every time I talk to him, he's telling me, Mark, I'm really trying to get this one because it's a first edition and it's our only chance in Canada for people, for collectors and people who want to get involved in Flesh and Blood, of having this first edition collection. Okay? I hope that answers most of the questions you have with respect to, and this is November 27th. Again, for the countries that had none, I wouldn't say worldwide distribution, I'll say Canadian, European, UK distribution for Crucible of War, which was already available since August, last August, in the rest of the countries I mentioned before. So I hope that clears up things. Now, a little bit about cold foils, okay? Cold foils have been reserved for first editions. So basically, there were cold foils in Welcome to Wraith and Alpha, and in Arcane Rising first edition. Note that first edition was never called Alpha. It was always just called first edition. Now, they have cold foils, which will not be repeated in the unlimited versions. So in Welcome to Wraith that we're getting November 6th and Arcane Rising that we're getting November 20th will not contain any cold foils. Those cards will be produced only as rainbow foils, okay? Now, it is my understanding, however, like I told you before, we are getting the Crucible of War at the end of November, November 27th. It is my understanding, there are actually cold foils also in that collection. So now, you know, deductive logic allows me to think and wonder if maybe Legend Story Studios see that information. I don't know, but I'm figuring that maybe their first editions will always contain the cold foils and then unlimited versions will not. So it looks like that is the trend, but we don't know that yet. So rest assured, for those of you who will be able to get the first edition of the Crucible of War, that you will be able to get cold foils on that one. As you've seen in my latest videos, we do get those cards. And they will be available in Canada. So I'll keep looking out for your comments and your questions on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I mean, the more people that we have, the more I actually get involved in this, and it's really fun and encouraging to do so for you. And like, comment, and wherever you are from the world. I mean, I am located, as you know now, in Montreal, Canada. You've seen some videos in French. I am Francophone, so English is my second language. So I do want to produce some French videos also for my Quebecer counterparts here in near Montreal, in the province of Quebec. So, so like I said, I will be answering all questions. I always do, as you may have seen already. And I always have a great interest in talking Flesh and Blood as often as I can. So it's fascinating, exciting, fun to do, fun to watch. I can't wait to get my mats. Actually, I'm gonna have something special for you. I ordered like a whole bunch of mats. I'm having them made actually by a friend of mine here in the area. And I'm having a lot of them made. So it's as an item that I want to basically give away for people who like participate in my channel, on this YouTube channel. And I'll be like something like every 100 new followers, I will just be, you don't have to be the 100th or the 200th or the 300th. I'm basically going to give them out, send them free in the mail to whoever participates a lot, like every time I get so many new subscribers. So anyway, I want to have a lot of fun with this. As you can see behind, I'm an avid Magic collector. Also, there will be some videos, as mentioned before, on Magic when we get Commander Legends is coming up. So we will be opening not only regular booster boxes, but also collector boxes, boosters, because I also have those, collect those. And I will be doing on-video collector booster openings. So that will be interesting. But anyway, I mean, I want to concentrate, as you probably know, because I've mentioned it already before, on Flesh and Blood, because that is like a kind of a new passion for now. I'm not leaving behind Magic. I mean, that is formidable also. But I want to concentrate on Flesh and Blood on this channel and see where the game takes us. So it was nice talking to you again. Thank you for listening and being attentive. Don't forget, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me. I'll see you soon. Take care.